Which assembler will make the first compacted biomass? The right one! No. No. What's up, everybody? This is Sticky Tack. Welcome to episode 3, where I try my best to keep the power on. Okay, so in order to accomplish our goal today of building a steam generator power plant, we need these modular frames to unlock our better biomass energy node here. Before we do this frame, let's get better conveyors. Let's get tier 2 conveyors. And there we go. Tier 2 conveyors. Easy enough. Before we get too far along, let's unlock these speed pans. There. Unfortunately, we also need to unlock bronze to get smart splitters. So... and here's our rough looking bronze plant, just to get us through for the time being. I'm pulling up some crushed sapphirite from my copper plant below and feeding that into a smelter, making some copper ingots, getting some tin ingots from the rubite node there, and making brass. Turning that into brass rods, we'll get a little brass plates going, and then later on, maybe some brass pipes as well. And finally, after hours of anticipation, the better biomass energy milestone right here. One of my biggest tips that I can give you guys before you start building your steam plant, if you haven't already, is set up automated copper pipes. They were just unlocked with that milestone, and I'm telling you, if you do a sizable steam plant, you are going to need so many pipes. I saved myself a lot of time handcrafting by setting this one constructor up to do copper pipes. So I'm planning to do a fairly large steam plant. I'm using 2 full normal biowater nodes. So I wanted to set up this temporary gig here just with one biowater node, and I wanted to show you guys in early game you can just use regular splitters and not smart splitters to properly break up your grass and biomass out of these fluid conditioners. So you can see here the left 2 outputs are grass and the right output there is biomass. Depending on where you start in the pattern of the materials coming out of the fluid conditioner, that could be different. It wouldn't always be the 2 left or leaves, but it does get nice like this. So here is my temporary setup. Like I said, we got 1 normal biowater node going into 2 fluid conditioners, and I'm just using regular splitters here to break up the leaves and biomass. A couple constructors that end up making solid biomass, and that just goes into a container. I still have to hand feed from this container out to my power plant on the other side of my base here, but it at least prevents me from having to go and cut down trees and things. This is making 60 solid biofuel just from the 1 normal biowater node, and with my 12 automated burners at most, they do 4 per minute. They'll take 48 solid biofuel per minute, so I can actually use to add a few more automated biomass burners if I wanted to, but this is way more than enough for what I have right now with my initial 12. And here we go, one more item off the checklist for our steam plant, smart splitters. Let's go. And with having smart splitters unlocked, I would go back, if you did a temporary setup like I did, delete your dumb splitters and replace them with smart splitters, just to avoid any wonky bugs that get biofuel and leaves mixed up out of these 3 outputs. One more milestone I want to unlock before we get rocking and rolling is the rewards milestone to get our awesome shop and awesome sink moving. Get those coupons accumulating. And here we go. Awesome sink unlocked. Slug hatching is probably the last thing that I would say is pretty much required for your first steam plant for the overclocking unlock, and it's actually the underclocking that you need for your water extractors. Okay, let's go ahead and unlock the... Anyways, feel free to pause and take a closer look. This is what I used since there is no online calculator for Satisfactory Plus. This is what I used to design this steam plant. Here we go.
Seen a lot of change, been through a lot of pain. Some things are not the same as they were a year ago, but all will be okay. I move on each and every day. The past is where it stays, way back a year ago. I've changed for the better this time. I thought I would never be fine. I strive just to say I'm alright, and for the first time in a long time I'm alright. I've seen a lot of change, been through a lot of pain. Some things are not the same as they were a year ago, but all will be okay. I move on each and every day. The past is where it stays, way back a year ago. I'm not falling. I'll push all my chips and call all in. I'll bet on myself, you keep stalling. I hear destiny and it's calling. I'll keep my head up high through the downs and lows, and we're all going life. Still nobody knows, but I'ma choose what's right and take what comes and goes. And ain't no one in life holding me back no more. I've seen a lot of change, been through a lot of pain. Some things are not the same as they were a year ago, but all will be okay. I move on each and every day. The past is where it stays, way back a year ago. Back a year ago.
It's finally done. 4.5 gigawatts of steam generated power. Ready to rock. Right now, I got the water extractors filling up all my pipes. I'd like to load up all my boilers there before getting the compact biomass going and starting to heat up all the steam there. Here they are, the water extractors. 2 of them per pipe, with the exception of that one off by itself. That one's getting made up by the water byproduct. And our power's looking pretty good. We got a decent amount of wiggle room here. Hopefully that's enough to get our assemblers going and getting some compact biomass made. Here we go. Let's wire it up. What do we look like? What do we look like? Okay, so our max consumption is definitely higher than our capacity. Still a little bit of wiggle room though. We might be pushing it when we get everything going, the constructors and the assemblers, but I think we'll be okay. Yeah, we shouldn't trip a fuse. Yeah, here we go. We got 2 full belts of leaves, 2 half belts of biomass. Leaves turning into biomass. Yes! This is beautiful. Oh, this is so beautiful. Our first biomass being converted into solid biofuel to be consumed in these assemblers. Yes, look at that. That is beautiful. 100% efficiency coming out of that constructor. And here we go. Which assembler will make the first compacted biomass? The right one! No. No. So close. It's right here. Ugh. Okay. Handful of extra automated biomass burners, and there we go. Okay, our capacity is over our max consumption. We cannot blow a fuse. Yes, get in there. Boilers are starting to heat up. Got a long way to go though. Get up to 500 degrees Celsius. This is it. The first turbines are starting to spin. Some yellow, some red, some green. It's like Christmas. This is like Christmas. This is better than Christmas. Oh. What the heck? It's like, the golden CO2 chimney? It's like the golden gun in 007. Let's replace that before it becomes an issue. Ah, much better. It's kind of cool though. Yes, it begins. Our steam generators are climbing. We're now producing more than we're consuming from our steam generators, so we're no longer eating solid biofuel over at our biomass burners. Yes. This beautiful work of art in this wonderful game. Compact biomass moving along, warming up the heaters, we got water filling up all our pipes. So I made a huge mistake. And this is how we fixed it. Flush the pipe network, build a couple water containers. Yeah. So basically what I did, and my biggest piece of advice for anybody doing a similar setup, is to make sure that the first biomass heaters that heat up are the ones using the water as a byproduct from your fluid conditioners. But here we are. We're done. Finally. And the game starts. The game now starts.